Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar. You know that we are conducting a webinars on a weekly basis to highlight important features of Busy. I am delighted to welcome you to today's webinar presentation on master and voucher approval system in Busy. We appreciate your presence here and we are excited to share valuable insights with you. In the world of business, you know that accuracy is paramount. Today, we will explore how master and voucher approval process in Busy can help your organization or business to achieve this accuracy while ensuring compliance with internal controls. Busy, you know that Busy is a comprehensive business accounting software that empowers you to streamline your business operations efficiently. Now, today, the session objectives are introduction about master and voucher approval and understanding about master and voucher approval, configuring master and voucher approval, managing master and voucher approval, reports and analysis, finally question and answer session. So please listen the webinar session carefully. In between, if you had any queries, please note it down and you can ask end of this session. Thank you. Let us start by understanding what is mean by approval. So approval is, you can say it as a decision or you can say it as a action. So approval in a general sense refers to the decision, action, etc. Okay. So that act as a officially agreeing to or accepting the something request. You can say it as a request. It involves giving formal decisions or consent to a particular action, request, or a decision. Approvals are commonly required in various aspects, that is including business, finance, project management purpose, and personal matters also. We need approval process. The process of obtaining approval is often involves submitting a request or a proposal. You can say it like that also. So this is called as approval, and that approval process is very much required for the business entities. So to take a better decisions for their internal controls. So this is all about approval system. And let us discuss about what is master and voucher approval. So the master, you know that master it means customer master, supplier master, right? Employee master, bank ledgers, expense masters, etc. There are various type of masters that is available in accounting aspects, right? So master, it is called as one type of data, master data. And what is voucher? Voucher is a two type, inventory vouchers and accounting voucher. It's a evidence. Vouchers is a document or you can say it as a evidence. So one type of document it is voucher means, and master and voucher approval are essential features in Busy, providing a robust mechanism to safeguard the accuracy, authorization, and compliance of critical data and financial transaction within the business internal controls. Master and vouchers are very much essential for the business accounting software. So if you want to manage your internal accuracy, or if you want to efficiently manage you want to manage your internal data management efficiently, so then you need this feature called master and voucher approval. This approval process enhance your business data with with proper security and accountability by providing the unauthorized or alterations foundational master data, right? So additionally, they ensure that all financial transactions are verified and undergo necessary approval before being officially recorded in Busy. So the master and voucher approval is really required. Why? Because once the subusers means that users, he has been entered any of the vouchers or he has been created any of the masters in your Busy software, then the super user, they have been check the data, whether in that data they have any mistake or in that data they have any wrong entries. So they have been validated once. If everything is okay and if everything is perfect, then only the super user has been approved the voucher or approved the master. Then only the master and vouchers has going to posting into the software side. So this is all about master and voucher approval. So you can see the block diagram of this. First, the user of the Busy accounting software or operator of the Busy accounting software, he has been entered one voucher, and that voucher has been reviewed by the concerned supervisor, manager, or higher authority. So they can review the voucher or review the master, once everything is okay, then they can approve. Finally, that voucher has going to approved. Otherwise, if anything it found incorrect, then they have been reject the voucher or reject the master. So that time the approval is denied. So then the approval is denied. Once the approval is rejected, then it is going to denied. Once the approval is approved, then it's going to granted. So now let us discuss about why the approval system is crucial for businesses. So approval system is really helps for the business entities to take a proper decision making and also for the internal controls, right? So let us discuss some of the important points over here. That is called data accuracy. If you talk about data accuracy, the approval system is really helpful for your operations. So in terms of data accuracy, because any of the users, if they have been created any of the master, whether it is an item master, example, it is an item master, then they mentioned the GST 18 percentage, but the correct actual GST is 12%, but they have been mentioned 18 percentage. They don't aware of that. So at that time, the super user whom they have the permission to review the data, they can check it out. And if they found the data, if they found that the data is invalid, so they can correct that. Otherwise, they can reject the data. Once again, they can inform them to correct the data properly or enter the data properly. So that is why we say it as a approval system is really help for the data accuracy purpose. Other than this, if any of the voucher we have been they have been entered some wrong entries, like GST is wrong, amount is wrong, or anything it might be. So that time the main super user, they can check it out and they can find the mistakes, or they can reject the entries, or they can if everything is correct, then they can approve. So this is the way the approval system it works. So that is why the data accuracy you can get it more. And regulatory compliances. So just now I said that one example regarding the GST related. So the not only GST, other than this, you are going to bill the customer of Delhi, and your company belongs to Madhya Pradesh. By mistakenly, you have been selected the wrong sale type in busy. So you have to select the IGST sale type, interstate, but by mistakenly you have been selected local GST sale type. So this type of wrong sale type selection also done from the user side. So that kind of compliance related mistakes you can identify by using this approval system process. So next is security and access controls. So in the approval system, if you are using with Busy, then your data is more secure, and also you can able to access the data and you can control your data, right? So this is one point. And next point is operational efficiency. So you can get more operational efficiency using this approval system in your business, because of you have certain features like selective approval. For example, on customer XYZ customer, you wants to limit the customer payment. For example, you wants to limit that customer payment as 10,000 rupees. You can fix the 10,000 rupees for the limitation. So anytime if you made the payment of 10,000 rupees to them, so ultimately the super user will receive the notification of approval. If the value is below 10,000, then the super user cannot receive the approval request. So this is all about operational efficiency. I just said just one example. So similarly, you have many of the controlling features here in this approval system. So this is all about approval system, why it is required for the businesses. Going further, let us discuss about how to configure the master and voucher approval in Busy. So this particular feature, comes in a enterprise edition, not for basic and standard edition. You know that in Busy we have three types of editions: basic, standard, and enterprise. So this feature comes for enterprise edition only. So please note that. And you want to enable this feature, you have to go to the administration panel. There you have the option called administration, configuration, feature and options. In that, enterprise features tab, go to enterprise features tab. there you will be get this option called enable voucher master approval. Just enable that option. Why? Once you enable that feature, so you will be get one configuration button. Configuration button. Just click on that. Just click on that and you can do the necessary settings, whatever you want. Selective approval, which voucher series you require this voucher approval, which user they have to approve. So everything is available there. You can enable as per your requirement. So going further, I can explain you in practically also. So that time it will be more clear to all of you. And after enabling this feature, the second step is to configure the options and conditions for approval. So you can decide that what limit you want to fix over there. Selective approval. There are many types of parameters available over there. So you can decide and you can configure the certain things. So this is the configuration, simple configuration, not much critical complication. So very simple configuration, you need to do it from your end. And next is managing master and voucher approval. After the configuration, you just manage your masters and voucher approvals. Open the vouchers or masters. Open the vouchers or masters. You have an option called miscellaneous data entry under the administration menu. Go to there. And after that, you get the option called miscellaneous data entry. In that, you have an option called mark voucher and master approve or reject. Select that option. In that particular option, you will be get to know that what all are the vouchers or masters entry that still it is pending, approval is pending. You can check it out over there, and if you want to approve it, you can approve, otherwise you can reject it. And similarly, the same reporting also there in the display report section in busy. You have a report called display checklist report. Under that, you have option called voucher and master approval report. Go to there, and then you can decide that which voucher or which master you want to approve. You can approve it, otherwise you can reject it. And even you have the option to see the report of unapproved vouchers, approved vouchers, rejected vouchers. Okay, so these all types of reports, it is available under the display section also. So this is all about configurations and managing the master and vouchers approvals. Now let us discuss about and let us see the practical scenarios in busy. So let us move in a practical session. So this is software, busy software, and I have created one demo company. So my company name is master and voucher approval. After that, I have created few of the master in my system in this company. So I can show you the master list. So this is the master names I have been created already. So done. After that, you just come to the user option. User option. Here, let me show you how many users are already created in my data. So I can open the modify mode and I can show you. So you can see that in my screen, there is two users available, A and Ram. A means he was a admin user. You can say it as a super user, right? So A is a super user. And here you have an option called show the approval entries at startup. So please note that if you creating any of the users, that time you will be get this particular option, show approval entries at startup. If you disable this feature, then what happened? Once you open the company with a valid user ID and password, that time the pop-up is not appears if you disable it. If you enable it, then what happened? Is there any vouchers or master entries are still pending to approve? Approval is still pending. Then that time that user will come to know that, so that vouchers entries are pending. Voucher entry approval is pending. That kind of pop-up will comes into their in front of their screen. So that is why please note that you have to enable this option for user wise also you can enable. So now let me enable this first. After that I can save it. So here you can see that one more user I have been created already. That name is Ram. Ram is a sub user. So he was a sub user, and here also you can see the option called show the approval entries at startup, show the rejected entries at startup. So decide that if you really require this type of pop-up in front of their in front of their user screen, you can decide and you can enable as per your need. So, but this feature is comes in a user creation menu, user creation page. Okay. So after creation of the user, you can save it. Now let me create one more user, Raj. He was a user. And now let me enable these two options, approval entries as well as the rejected entries. Then I can save it. Now, how many users I have? I have two users, two sub users and one admin user. Admin user means super user. So after creation of the user, you can go to the configuration part, configuration feature and options in that enterprise features. So why it is enterprise features? Because this voucher and master approval feature is only available in enterprise edition. That is why it is available in enterprise features side. Okay. So go to the enterprise features. Here, the very first option you can see, enable voucher and master approval, right? So if you want this feature, you can enable this. Otherwise, you can have the option to disable it. No means disable. Yes means why. Why means enable. After enabling this, in bottom of that feature, you have another option, another feature that is called show the approval details in voucher and masters. Once the voucher has been approved or rejected, whatever it is, so after going to the modify mode in that voucher, so there you can able to see the details, whether this voucher is rejected or approved. That information you can be get it from your voucher modify mode. So if you want that kind of feature or that kind of utility, you can enable this one also. Show the approval details in voucher and master. So now here I can enable both the features, first one and second one. So after that, you can see here one configuration button can appear. So if you disable it, then it cannot appear. If you enable it, then the configuration button, it can be appear. Click on that. After clicking on the configuration button, the busy it can ask you to which type of configuration you want to do, voucher or master. That you can decide. That you can decide. And now here I can use this master first. Master. So once again, I can open the software here. Let me open the company. So this is this type of pop-up, it can appear. So if you have any approval entries are still pending, then you can receive this kind of pop-up. So that I can show you later. Now again, I can move to the enterprise features configuration button. Here I can select the master. So you can decide that which type of master approval is required. Account master or item master. Account master means bank ledger, customer ledger, party ledger, expense ledger, income ledger, right? So these all are called as account, or you can say it as a ledger. So item means that is called, you have some retail shops there, you have the different items like rice, atta, right? Oil items. These all are the items. So you can decide that which type of master approval is required. Then you can select the user who can approve. For example, in your company, there is a one main super user and another person is a manager. For example, Raj is a manager and A is a supervisor. You can give the permission for both of them. That is also possible. Or else you can decide that which user they need a permission to approve. On that basis, you can configure here. So now let me give the permission for only one user called A user. Then I can save it and allow the transactions. Allow the transaction, you can do it as yes, and select your allow the transaction. If you make this one as a yes, then what happened? Before approval, that product is available for do the billing. That is why allow transaction is also there. If you make it as no means before the approval of master data, that it is not available. That one is that product is not available for the transaction purpose. So you can have that option also. And selective approval. Selective approval is a very beautiful feature in Busy. Using this feature, you can decide and you can set the approvals as per your need. For example, uh, only one particular customer or a group of customer. So you want to fix this particular selective approval feature, you can decide and you can fix that one. So for example, you have two types of customer, retail and wholesale customers. And this selective approval, you have to define for only the retail customers, means you can decide the retail customers and you can pick the retail customer here, retail customer group here. Then that selective approval, it can be work only for that particular group, right? So this type of selective approval features is also available. So now let me disable this selective feature for master. Okay. After that, here you can see the item master type. For item masters, I need two managers. I need two approvals or two persons. They need the approval permission. One is A and another is Raj. So you can select multiple peoples also, multiple managers also. So finally, you can save the configuration. This is the master approval configuration in Busy. After doing this, you can switch to the sub-user account. So Ram is a sub-user. I open their account. So Alt U is the shortcut key to switch the one busy user to another user. You can use the shortcut key Alt plus U for umbrella. Now you can see my screen here. I can create one ledger account. The ledger account name is HDFC OD account. This is a ledger account. So this ledger account comes under the group of bank OD account. Now Ram has been created one ledger account. Similarly, Ram has been created one item. The item name is Ruchi Gold Sunflower Oil. So this is the item. This item comes under the group of oil items. 18% GST. You can save it. Now Ram has been created two masters. After that, once you close the company, again you switch the company. Again you log in your company using the Raj credential or else super user credential. Here I can use the super user credential as username A and password A, right? So once you log in your account, log in your software with the valid credential, then this type of pop-up it can appear, and it is asking you to approval entries here, still show the approval entries. Here you can press yes button, and there will be two types of filters, voucher and masters. Now let me show you the masters vouchers, masters data. Here you can see that there is two masters are still pending, right? So select one by one, or else you have the select all feature. Once you click the select all feature, then all the masters, what all are the masters are pending in this particular list, all the masters has to be going to select. So this is the way you can select the master's name. And here in bottom of the screen, you have the option to approve it. You can click the approve option to approve, or else you have the option to reject it also. Reject it also. Rejection, approval, everything is available here. So this is the way the approval takes place. So now this is the way the master approval takes place. Now let me show you how the voucher approval takes place. Again, I switch my company to admin user, that is called super user, A user, and I can go to the configuration panel, enterprise feature. Under this, I'm selecting the option called configuration. So now let me select vouchers. So here I can delete these two existing configuration, and I can do it one more time. The voucher type is, for example, purchase voucher. Purchase voucher, user who can approve, super user they can approve. A is a super user. Allow printing. Before approval, if you want to take a printout of the transaction, you can make it as yes. You have yes or no feature. If you want to take a printout, you can make it as yes. And posting feature is also there. Before approval, you want to post the data in your reporting side, you can use this option as yes. You can do it as yes. And selective approval. But one more important point keep in mind, that is post or now approved voucher is enabled in your configuration panel. Then what happened? the bill by bill adjustment is not takes place. Only the posting is takes place, that but bill adjustment or reference adjustment, it cannot possible from busy. Okay, that you can do it from manually. So after that, you can see the selective approval. So the first purchase voucher, I don't want this selective approval. I can do it as no only. Then I come to the sale voucher. For sale voucher type, you can see the sale voucher type. Most of the companies, they have multiple voucher series also. B2B, B2C, credit, cash, this type of various type of voucher series they can manage. In that scenario, they have the option to configure the voucher series by voucher approval. For example, they have 4 voucher type, B2B, B2C, like that. Only the B2B voucher series, they need this type of approval system, means they can select the voucher series name over here, then they can do the configuration. That is also available, right? So now let me select here all series, because I don't have any multiple series. So that is the reason I'm selecting here all series. And user who can approve. Previously, I said you that if you wants to give the permission for multiple users, then you can decide and select the username like this. So then both users, they can approve, A user and Raj user. Otherwise, you do one thing, only you can give the permission for the super user, only A user. So this is the way you can configure it. And allow printing, unapproved voucher, you can decide and you can configure it. And selective approval. Here I can show you the selective approval. For example, you have sold 50,000 goods value to anyone, any of the customer. That time only the approval is required. Below 50,000 rupees, you don't want the approval system. So that point of time, you have to configure this selective approval mechanism. You have to use this mechanism. So here you have the two types of condition 1 and condition 2. Even you can have the option to club or join the conditions. That option is also there. For example, here I can explain you condition 1. For example, the condition 1 is the total invoice value is more than 50,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees, then we need the approval. So this is the first condition. And another condition, if you want like this, if the invoice value is 50,000 or above, but only the particular party, or only the particular sale type, or only the particular godown, or only the particular item. So there are different types of parameters available here in the under this drop down list. So here you can decide and you can select the required condition. For example, I can show you here. If you wants to fix this particular approval for only particular party or party group, so here you can select the party group, and the party group is debitors group. So this type of sub condition also you can allocate. The first condition is the invoice value is more than 50,000, but only the particular party group. So this type of sub condition you can allocate here. And here also one more option is there, join condition. Join condition, it means if the invoice value is more than 50,000 for this particular party group, or you can also define the condition number 2. Condition number 2. So the first condition 1 is true, then approval is required. And if the condition 1 is false, then the software will sense the condition number 2. If the condition number 2 is true, then the approval is goes. If the condition 1 and condition 2 both is false, then approval cannot goes. So this is the way the selective approval it can work. Here you have the two types of conditions, or and. Or means whether condition 1 is true or condition 2 is true, that time only the approval is required. But and means if condition 1 plus condition 2 is true, then only the approval is required. Condition 1 is true and condition 2 is true, then only the approval is required. But or means if the condition 1 is true, else condition 2 is true, any one is true, then or condition is applied. So this type of selective approval you can do it from yourself. That configuration is available. So there is a very useful feature here. So after doing this, you can save it. After doing this, you can save it. So now save the configuration. Again, I move to the sub-user account called RAM. RAM is a sub-user. Here I can add one purchase voucher. Purchase voucher. And the purchase is belongs to the central purchase. Let me select central multi-rate. Party name is this one. And the item name is this one. 1000 quantity, 2000 total amount. I can apply the tax and I can save it. As per our configuration, the purchase vouchers, it don't have the selective approval configuration. We have specified the selective approval option as no. So if the selective approval is no, that means selective approval concept is not apply for the purchase voucher, right? So now I save the purchase voucher. Again, I can enter one sale voucher here. This is the sale voucher, and this sale voucher is belongs to the local. Let me select the party name. Select the product. Quantity is 100. Now you can see the total value is coming around 9,000 rupees, right? So as per our selective approval formula, we mentioned that if the invoice value is greater than 50,000, then only the approval is required. So now you can see in my screen here how much is the total value? 9,000 rupees, right? So 9,000 is a total value, means approval is not required as per our formula. So now let me save this voucher. Again, I have been entered one more voucher here for the same party. I can select same party. And here I can put the quantity 1000. So now you can see the value 1,60,000. In this case, the approval is required. After saving this vouchers, let me switch to the user from RAM user to super user A. A is the super user. So this time you cannot get the pop-up notification here. Why? Because once you close the company, again you reopen the company with valid credential, that super user credential, then only that pop-up is visible or appears. Otherwise, it cannot appears. Okay. So now let me open the company once again here with the super user. Now you can see the approval entry pop-up screen. Show the approval entry. Click on yes, and again click on vouchers. Masters we have I have been shown you already. So now let me show you the vouchers approvals. Pending voucher approvals. You can see here that first entry is a purchase entry. As per our configuration, the purchase entry, it doesn't have any selective approval formula. So that is why all the purchase vouchers, it needs approvals, higher authority approvals. And second entry, you can see the sale voucher. That sale voucher is total value is coming around 1,68,000. That is the reason approval is required. So now what I can do, I can reject one entry. Here, let me reject this sale voucher. I can select this one and I can reject. You can define the rejection reason also. Price is high, order is cancelled, whatever it is, you can define the rejection reason. Now I have been rejected one voucher here, right? After the rejection, the voucher, it can be shown in red color. Before that, it was in a blue color. Once you rejected, then it can be shown in red color. Otherwise, if you want to hide this rejected entries over here, then you do one thing. You can see the left side bottom of the screen. One feature is there, include rejected vouchers. You can just untick that. After unchecking untick or uncheck this particular feature called include rejected vouchers, then you can able to see only approval pending approval vouchers here. You cannot able to see the rejected vouchers in this screen. So just now we have been seen that how to reject the voucher. Now let me show you how to approve the vouchers. If you want to approve the vouchers, you can select the vouchers one by one, or else you can select the vouchers all. After that, you can click the approve option. Then it can be approved. Otherwise, you want to mention any remarks. Then you can click on this approve with remarks feature or approve with remarks button. There you have the option to enter the remarks also. So totally here, 3 buttons is there, very important buttons. One is approve, another is approve with remarks, third is rejection. So based on your need, based on your requirement, you can decide and you can approve it or reject it. So this is all about approval mechanism. So now let me show you how the reporting is available beyond on that. So the reporting, you can, that it all kind of reporting, it comes in a display mode, display section. Under the display section, you have the option called checklist. In this checklist report, you will be get one report name called voucher or master approval report. Click on that and you can have 2 more filters over here, vouchers, masters, select vouchers. After the selection of vouchers, you will be have 4 buttons. To be approved means which vouchers are still pending to be approved. That can be shown. So now we don't have any vouchers. So that is why it is coming blank. If any vouchers is still pending to approve, then it can be shown here. And approved vouchers, you have been approved already. That data, it can be shown here. You can see the data. I have been approved one voucher, right? Just before. So that voucher, it can be shown here. So that feature is there, that report is there. And next one is rejected voucher for user. How many vouchers has been rejected by the user? That can be shown here. And another is the rejected vouchers by rejected vouchers for user, rejected voucher by user. This is a for user, this is a by user. All types of report it is available. So based on your needs, you can view it. And another important point here is after viewing the report, you want to approve the vouchers here itself, then you can press the F4 shortcut key. Keep in mind, the F4 shortcut key is used to approve the voucher after viewing the report. Here you have the option called to be approved or approve. You can decide and you can approve it. So then it's going to approve. So this is the way you can approve it. And after that, one more important utility is that utility name is called miscellaneous data entry. Under the miscellaneous data entry, you have the feature called approve voucher and masters. Approve vouchers and master, you can click on that. Then you will be get 2 more filters called voucher and masters. You can select voucher or masters and you can select the voucher type also. If you want to see individual voucher type, you can select individual. Otherwise, you have all option. You can click on the all and you can see the rejected voucher status and approval voucher status, etc. So you can see the details. Here it is showing one rejected voucher details. Why? Because I define the include rejected voucher here. I tick on I'm untick on this actually. So then you can see the blank report. If you have any rejected entries, then it can visible in red color. But keep in mind, if you click on this particular box, then only it is visible rejected vouchers. Otherwise, the rejected vouchers, it cannot be visible in this report. So this is the way the utility of voucher approval and master approval, it is available under the miscellaneous data entry screen. There is 2 ways to approval the voucher. One is from the miscellaneous data entry menu. Another is display section checklist report. There is 2 ways to approve the report. Now, let me switch my user account to sub-user account once again. That sub-user account name is called RAM. So RAM is a sub-user, right? After switching to the RAM user account, so once again, So let me close it. Again, I reopen the software. If RAM they have any rejected vouchers, then rejection details also get appeared in front of them. So that kind of pop-up is it can appear in their screen, rejection related. So that is why I can switch the RAM account again. So you can see the pop-up. Now the pop-up is coming rejected entries. Previously that pop-up is showing that show the approval entries. Now it is showing that rejected entries, right? Once you click this yes option, then the particular user called Ram, he come to know that what are the entries has been rejected. If the super user they mention the proper valid reasons, then the sub user called Ram, he come to know that what is the mistakes they did from their end. So this is the way the voucher rejection is works. And mainly this voucher rejection is very approval and rejection feature is very useful in a multi-user mechanism. You know that multi-user, right? Some of the business entities they have 50 systems, 40 systems, 30 computers, right? So most of the companies they have multi-user licenses. In that multi-user licenses, the multiple computers are connected in LAN networks, and all the computers they have the busy licenses. In that kind of in that type of scenario, this rejection pop-up it visible means it's very really it can help him. Why? Because no need to send a mail, no need to send a WhatsApp message, no need to tell them to verbally. So easily they can receive the pop-up message. What is the reason? What is the mistakes they have been did? And what going to do it further? So that kind of decision making they can do it from their end. And this feature is really help for the better decision making and proper accuracy of their data. So this is the way the feature it can work in a busy software. So now let us conclude this session. Now let us conclude our session today's session. In conclude, that master and voucher approval in busy software is not just a process. Okay, it is a keystone for maintaining a financial accuracy and internal controls. By implementing this process or this feature in a busy software effectively, then you pave the way for informed decision making and financial transparency within your organization. So this is all about this is the conclude. And thank you for joining today's webinar session. I appreciate your time and engagement. If you have any further questions or if there is anything specific you would like to explore, please don't hesitate to reach out our customer care number 8282828282. This is the 24/7 helpline number. Even you have the mail option also. Just you can write a mail to us support@busy.in. Have a great day.